Okay.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste. Namaste. Just a minute. Just a minute. Yes. Now I'm technical. I'm ready. Yes.
So we continue our course on Shabda, and we came to the last part, Shabda and Enlightenment. And one question is, we discuss meaning and different sounds, but can you explain the sound of sh? Like, because from this sound it starts Shiva, Shakti. What is the energy of this sh?
Yeah, we have already discussed the primal sounds.
Yeah.
Like there is a vibration, and when some observer has to be there to interpret it as sound or word or meaning. So
Mm-hmm.
for just some observer, somebody, just a body, a person, an ego, an identity has to be there to where the vibration will struck. So now it becomes the struck sound. So we find there is a sound which is unstruck,
Mm-hmm.
nobody, and then when it's striking a person, an ego, an entity, a unit, anything, it will struck. When it will struck, then it starts to become sound. So when it's striking, the sound is ha, a, ma, and sa.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you can listen it when it's just striking it. So this, and you see the primal word hallelujah, all famous words you see which is used, you will find a, ma, a, and any anuswar, ma, na, na, ya, like where the sound is ending, five anuswara in Sanskrit language, where the words can merge, a point of merging at the center through five sounds. And when it's striking, it's a, ha, ma, la, sa. And also no, this kind
Mm-hmm.
of sound. So this is the primal sound. And you say, see, hallelujah, ha and la, combination of ha and la, no? Hal.
Mm-hmm.
And first sound, ah, and all the sound is ending in ha. This is just observed. So they are coming to vocal cords similar to that sound. When we try to produce that sound, then and then we find, oh, in grammar there are three kinds of the sound, no? Like tongue going three ways. So these are the primal sounds. So, and that's where the comes the for enlightenment, the simplest way for all siddhis, for all knowledge, for self enlightenment. You need only two words, mantra, only two, and that is ha and sa. Then when you are a listener of the struck sound of your own breath, the sound you are listening, and one sound is also produced inside through the life force. So when the movement of life force is giving you two sounds and connecting with two Dwadashanta, technical word is Dwadashanta. So 2 points, two words, and turning a tidal, half a.
Mm-hmm.
Between these two, half a. And this anuswara is the resonance, which will be in this sound, these two sounds coming, and the resonance is on top. No? Anuswar, we call it anuswar. The resonance is on top in the form of M, in the form of half M, half N, no? Half INN, ENN, that this way, the 5 grammatical anuswaras are involved with this two. And for enlightenment, you don't need more than that. So enlightenment is the simple phenomena. In this way, with the Bija mantra, if you want only enlightenment, only moksha, sublimation on the path of involution, if you want to go back to the source, for yoga to unite with infinite source. So you are returning back home for saying goodbye to the place where you are visiting. You see yourself as a visitor on this planet, and you say, yes, now I'm goodbye. Then you, enough, as a tourist, now I am done with it. I don't more interested. I have seen everything on this planet. There is nothing more interesting I can imagine which will be in the future for me. So I am done with it. Now goodbye. So when you take the path returning to the source of, and technically called involution process. And so enough of evolution. I expanded myself, I expressed myself, I realized my Mahat intelligence. I saw all this drama of creation. Enough is enough. Now I'm fed up. Then fed up, I'm going to the path of moksha. I am no more interested in this life cycles. So then you need nothing. Minimum support of 2 sounds, ha and sa, which are being produced by the interactions between 2 centers of energy, one universal centers of energy, one individual center of energy. So individual center of energy inside is communicating with the infinite source of energy outside of you, from where this communication is going on. Individual source of energy related to body will be finishing. The moment is passing by, and individual prana is from this unit is finishing. And I want that it finishes and forever it dissolves in universal. And you have no desire to again manifest. Then you need only 2 words. Very simple, simplest path of sublimation is the simplest path. Kaivalya, moksha, mukti. This is the simplest technique works. In Kaivalya, if you want to go very simple, you bring the desire to live in your field of awareness. And you keep on meditating. Do I have desire to live or not? No? And slowly, slowly, your desire to live is dying. Not in a depression way, but you are nearing to your goal of freedom. You are happy. Because the goal, you are getting it. So you are happy about it. Depression is that you are losing your goals. Here, you are achieving your goal of freedom and dropping the desire to live, but you are gaining your goal of Kaivalya, moksha. So you are happy about it. And coming to, in Shabda way, 2 words, ha, sa, and in the middle, a half, a. When it is in the process. No, when it's going to be a quantum leap, like they are communicating not through a linear process. They are taking a leap, like, no? And you cannot find the when. You are fully aware to find when, and you don't find the difference when, no? And it's jumping. Suddenly it's inside, then outside, then inside, and you are watching. But here in mantra, in transcendental, you are bringing awareness to that. Here in Shabda, you sublimate, you dissolve, you become the sound, you dissolve yourself with this, only in this communication between the two. So you have the mantra Ha, Sa, resonance, Ma, and turning point in the middle, half off. So that becomes Hansa. We call it Hansa is the swan, the animal swan, represented as the animal swan. It's called Hans, and also represent it as the purity of the soul in India. Swan, and also represents freedom. Freedom, whiteness, liberation. This is symbolic representation. The animal, the bird which we have is swan. Its also name is Hans. And here the mantra is also Ham, Hansa. This, some people change it Soham. In that O, they put the word O, no? Into that. So O, if you put in the manifestations, you see we have 16 vowels, 6 here, 6 there, and 4 in the middle. So 6 vowels here is the evolutionary process of expansion. Then comes the time when we say Shiva is impotent state, cannot decide. No? So we 4 vowels there, where everyone has to go through. And then if you can remain there forever, you can come back into this. But if you move forward, then it's the sublimation begins with O. 4 vowels at the end, which is now involution process. Now it's completing itself. O, rounding it, and this 0, expanding it, and then Ang, sublimating it, Ah, final meeting of Shiva and Shakti, and finishing. The unit come to an end. So this way also, if you're putting O, then you are putting more emphasis. You have a effort. You are still putting an effort, making it a vowel. No. O. If you don't, you make it plain simple, then Ha and Sa. 2 sounds. Now, practical things. If you want to practice it for your, if you have idea of freedom or sublimation or moksha or kaivalya through mantra, through shabda, then technically you should start to practice through your throat. No? Center. So Vishuddhi, you begin with purification process. And then it will guide you further. But your beginning should be the purification process. And then you here, you concentrate at the center of your throat. And breathe. So the Bij mantra is hum. So you can produce a sound hum. Hatha Yoga goes to Brahmari Pranayama about it. No? But we are not doing pranayama. We are not. We are only using sound of breath. And all other sounds become passive, just to observe. And focusing sound, active awareness over the sound of breath. And technically beginning, if you are a sadhak of 3 categories, mandra, madhya, and tivra, intensified. Even if you are very low, mandra, then you begin with the kinesthetic sense. So your focus is here, your mantra is hum. But this hum is now will be produced, not hum, only ha, hum, is produced by the sound of the breath. So you technically, for deliberately, you breathe in a way that it creates a small listening sound of hum and passing through your center of the throat. So you got a mudra of breathing, you got a pattern of breathing. And when you are breathing out, again listen the sound.
So.
So, no, this sound, which you will resemble as so. And inside sound, you are resembling like ha. And it's creating ma, and it's turning in the middle tidal half pa. So you begin with this mantra, and your progress will be, it starts to go to the path of freedom, the slow plan, slow. And this also technically speaking in yoga is Ujjayi pranayama. That also is Ujjayi pranayama. So this pranayama we say you can do 24 hours a day. Whenever you want. It doesn't matter you have eaten, not eaten. It has nothing to do with your more physical construction or food intake, or you are not doing exercise physical. You're just bringing a support for yourself to enter into the mysticism, this life and death process directly. So here you are directly entering into the mysticism of life and death. And you are ready to die already. You are prepared to be for the transformation, and maximum transformation is death. You are ready there also to embrace. So it works. So for enlightenment, you need only this much.
And is it any sound in reincarnation process?
I cannot say what to say, how to say. Because this only this sound is always present. We say it's present everywhere. The tail of the Om. The tail of the Om can be observed, means listened. It's everywhere. I cannot say. We can only talk about in relation, sound in relation to us.
And okay, and again the Shiva and Shakti sound. Shakti, Shiva, it's Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah. So it's
Yeah, the sa sound, we say sa sound is Kundalini sound. Sa sound is Kundalini sound. And it's also represented as the snake movement, snake there. The sa sound is Kundalini sound. When it starts to rise, or when you struck the movements, soft movements. So this may create this sound. So.
And when I meditate on snake, I realize that with this vibration of the tongue and the sound, the snake explore the universe, the surrounding. It's like sound. So it creates the vibration to understand what is around, to expand.
Snake. Could be. Symbolically here we see snake as a movement. Its movement pattern is this, like left and right. So spiral movements, its flexibility, its strength, its produced sound is also snake sound if it is producing. So in Hatha Yoga takes a very physical aspect of it. It says for the Kundalini, use movements like this, and your body should be also trained. Your joints should also be trained, full flexible. Your vertebra should be fully flexible to dance like a snake. And strength. So flexibility and strength should come into full balance.
Mhm.
And mystically in Shabda, we are taking only the sound produced by.
Mhm.
That's the sound of representing as the Kundalini sound. So if you start to observe it, first you try to create it, purify it, you start listening it, meditating it with the desire of sublimation, and enter into the process of spanda, life and death. Here you
Mhm.
will find Unmesha and Nimesha together.
Mm.
One way breath is moving. At one point, if you are feeling Unmesha here, then you feel Nimesha here. When you feel Unmesha here, then you feel Nimesha there. They will be communicating. So this communication, when you are entering into meditation and experiencing, you are saying it's happening simultaneously, no? Like not one, the both happening together. In a
Mhm.
way, you are disappearing. In a way, you are appearing. In a way, it's very empty. In a way, it's very full. No? So you experience both at the same time. So you say, oh, I'm dying. One way you see, oh, I'm dying. Another way say, no, I'm rebirthing. No, I'm not dying. In one way, you are dying. In one way, no, I am getting born new. I'm refreshing. I'm rebirthing. So both comes together. In a way, you see, oh, I am contracting. I am becoming nobody. At the same time, you feel, oh, I'm becoming everybody. So one experience is both experiences together. You are going very high. No, I'm going very deep.
Mhm.
Both happening at the same time. In a way, you
Yeah.
see, oh, I'm a very tiny micro, I am nobody. Another way, you see, no, I am a quantum of the microcosm. Oh, I have no power at all. Another way is, oh, I have enormous power to influence even the stars. Because in a quantum, I am representing them. So I have enormous power, enormous responsibility. So you start to see both together. You start to feel both together, sense both together, see both together, live both together. It's mysticism.
Mhm.
It's direct entry into mysticism with this mantra.
Mhm.
And if you want to do siddhi, small things, then different mantras.
Mhm. And can you explain also the anahata sound? Because the heart, when it's beating, it produces its own sound, and we can hear this beat sound of heart. But also anahata sound is yam. Yam.
No, the center is yam. The
Mhm.
center is yam. And this anahat chakra, this is different in pranic body. Anahat sound is om only.
Mm.
There is only one sound as anahat is om. This name is anahat chakra, this heart. The center is yam and other petals there. But unstruck sound is only one sound, which is Vedic pranam, om,
Mhm.
unstruck. All sounds are considered struck, like
But
something.
yam, yam, yeah. It's in pranic body. I understand it's.
This is the
Uh,
center of heart,
mhm,
this. And the center of the element, you have to also see it as an element.
mhm.
So here is Akasha,
It's air.
earth,
Air.
no, Akasha.
Yes, he's
And
Akasha and
air,
he's
air is
air.
here. Air is here. Heart is the air. So the air element, the center of air element can be produced, can be represented by the Bij mantra Yam
Mhm,
to influence the air element, the center of the air element.
mhm,
In the Shabda science, it's Yam, like center of the sex. energy. The center,
Mm-hmm.
the sound is lam.
Mm-hmm.
That's the center of it. So you can influence the center directly through this
Mm-hmm.
bija mantra. Here we are beginning only with hum. We are not related. Ha, and when energy will move, Kundalini sounds is sa, and ma is all the time present,
Mm-hmm.
and the curve is a half a. So we don't have so many things, only this much. So highest the meditation, simplest it is. So highest achievement is very simple. It will be very simple. Lowest is more complex. Learn therapeutic yoga. No? Do this, do not this, that, this. So much complex. No left, no right, no, alignment not right. So many complexities there. Here, no, it's simplicity. The highest meditation is the simplest one. Minimum support. Minimum support.
But this knowledge destroy all the commercial part of yoga and uh, and, and
No, but
especially the
this
commercial
is
part of tantra where
this
they
has therapeutic use. Therapeutic use is like if you have any kind of issue, problem, not finding the answer, stuck. So this is a universal remedy. You can apply it immediately. Sit and apply it, and then you will see, oh, problem gone.
Mhm.
It's resolved. So therapeutically you can use, but it is for salvation. If you are interested, people are not interested in moksha and freedom and this. Mostly people interested in yoga to shape the mind, to evolve the mind, to train the mind, to shape the characters, to develop characters, to crystallize ego, and open some area of intelligence. They're not interested in moksha. They have desire to live. They don't want to meditate. They don't want to drop the desire to live. So if you have a desire to live, you are limited. You will get everything limited. If limited edition of I, limited edition of intelligence, and limited edition of body, mind training. But this is all will be useful. It appears to be limited, we say, but for the world, it's quite unlimited.
Mhm.
For the world, it's abundance. But in comparing to that infinite knowledge, an infinite source of energy, they say it's very limited. But comparing to the people and the normal, ordinary world, the way people are living, it's the full abundance, prosperity, and
Mhm.
abundance. Yeah. So, yeah, it won't destroy your business. It evolves because people will use it for therapeutic purpose.
Mhm.
People will use it. And anything I say, all enlightenment techniques, if you use for a while, 10, 15 minutes, you are not so serious about it, but still you are following it, not so correctly, not with so much awareness, not that you are finding the curves, not that you are sensing the Dvadashanta, but still it will work as a therapy and healing.
Mhm. Okay, so uh, the simple sounds. It okay. Before I think the Sanskrit language is very difficult, but with understanding of meaning
Yeah,
of sounds and it's created a system. And
yeah, then it's not. If you start to understand its grammar, movement, improvisation, then it's not a difficult language. But if you just try to memorize it, then it's a tough job to memorize all this.
and when you read the shlokas in Sanskrit, uh, uh, And okay, the reading is one thing, but the understanding of shlokas is another thing. And
Hmm.
so it's,
My Sanskrit is also not good. I always need support of Sanskrit words, some mm, like trusting book, an author who explains each words and the grammar behind it. I don't need just Sanskrit direct. I need Sanskrit and then some scholar describing every word, its root meaning, or for probable meanings, all written. Then for me it's easy. Then I understand. So I need full elaborated text in with word meaning, with roots given, and what four possibilities of meaning of a one word in a synonymous form, all given. Then I find out, yeah, this is the exact
um, I don't know how many shlokas in Bhagavad Gita, but when we study each lesson one shloka, uh, so it will take thousands of days to study all, and it's
yeah, if you study, but it's the rice kind of. If you got it one sloka, you got it. You are on the path.
mm,
In Patanjali Yoga Sutra, you say, even if you understand any one sutra from anywhere, something clicks, you are on the path through that.
mhm. Yeah, because to it's a part of Brahmins to remember all the shlokas and repeat them, but it's a different way of understanding.
Yeah, in different ways. So, what to do? To the children, they put in the mind of memory.
Mm.
And then, like, after meditating, you understand later the meaning of it.
Mm.
But now technology is there. So you don't need to cram it in your, but if you cram or just listen or cram, it's another impact, another more neurons are involved. But to on intelligence level to decipher the meaning, it's not needed.
Okay, and one more question. For the kids, for education of the kids, for expanding their mind, what shabda is useful to expand their mind, to educate them?
For children,
Yes.
I cannot say which sound to give to the children for the expansion of their mind. They can just lullaby, singing, creating Om, this kind. Om is the best, very neutral, but it creates detachment in the mind. Om. Children. This can only go with hum and vowels.
Mm.
If we can train them in hum at the center, just this for and vowels, that's enough.
Because what is the problem of the children? That okay, they every day they find something new, or they find new people, they find new knowledge, and mm, to adopt all these new things, uh, um, they need to be maybe more relaxed because it's they get knowledge, then they have to digest this inside of them. So to create the neuron connections, to memorize something. So and sound can help them to be more
Yes.
to
Oh,
digest.
see, for the digestion of the knowledge, you need silence,
Mm,
no activity. If you want to digest a knowledge which is already neurons are overloaded with information, then they should come to zero space.
mm,
When they relapse fully, then knowledge is digested. To train the mind of the children in order that their mind becomes disciplined and their choices comes out good in life. So for the training purpose, uh, to approach to the knowledge, uh, train the mind. That mind will not go here and there and scatter, but it will be at one point. I will suggest this Maheshwar Sutra,
which one?
the mantras of Maheshwar Sutra, which is on which Panini um, they written the grammar of Sanskrit.
Mm,
The whole grammar of Sanskrit is depending on a small formula, these mantras, alphabets, and
mhm,
their sequence. It is the key is in that. And although grammar is coming out, the elaboration of this, just the explanation of these sutras.
mm,
So this Maheshwar Sutra, if you give to a child to cram it properly, pronounce it, and produce it, and just cramming it in memory, it works to discipline the mind
mm,
in a seed form.
mhm,
In a structural seed form, mind comes to a disciplined way of thinking, observing, analyzing, and keeping the knowledge.
mm,
So this Maheshwar Sutra you can Google.
mhm,
And the story is that these words coming out of the sound of Damru. Shiva played the Damru, and this sound heard by Panini, who created the grammar. So on this
mm,
basis, he creates the grammar. Elaboration of this sound which we heard from the Damru of Shiva, he wrote it down and then elaborated it. That becomes the Sanskrit grammar. So this sutra itself, which will appear to be a meaningless to the children, but to memorize it in the same sequence, the way it is written and pronounce it can, yes, it can also stop the mind and it can also give capacity to digest the knowledge. At the same time, it will discipline the mind in a very natural form, a natural discipline for knowledge.
mhm. And is it any Shakti mantra for the girls, for the young girl?
No, girls only have mantra different in Kundalini.
Mm,
Like girls not needed to produce lam, wam, ram, yam, ham like this. This is only for men, kind of.
so
They can,
they
for
do
girls
this
different.
different.
Yeah, girls already representing as a Shakti and they can only pronounce the Shiva,
Mm,
only the Shiva notes, which is O, A, E, E, 6 here and 6 there, 12. Leave 4. Leave out 4, 16 vowels, let out 4. So for girls, only these 12 vowels enough. For children, yes, Maheshwar Sutra is the best. For the girls, they only need 12 vowels to pronounce. And ah is also is a complete into itself. Half any half letter you can go to the Shiva state. So for enlightenment, salvation, this you need very small, minimum support. If you don't have this desire, you have other desires of powers, siddhi, deity, then complexity, then complex. If you only want God, very simple, the simplest way. Anything else you want except God will be complex.
Um, because everybody uh, praying for money.
Then it's complex.
Yes,
Then it's Mahalakshmi sadhana, Mahalakshmi yantra, Mahalakshmi mantra, then rituals, then do this, then you have to do a lot of things to bring complexity. God is very simple, everywhere, in the simplest form, it is there. If you want to that make your mind so simple. Anything else you will demand, you will have to follow a complex pattern. In order to manifest it, you need a complex pattern.
yes, and when I saw some very difficult rituals, I start to realize that it produced because that some people want to gather another people to serve them but under every complex ritual there is one simple thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it appears to be very complex, but you say, oh, it's a very simple thing there. But in action, in learning, it will appear to be very complex. But the dependence on the law will be very simple, right? Very simple. So, enlightenment, samadhi, process, God, mysticism is the simplest phenomenon. You should be ready to follow most simple path you can adopt is the way. In material world, if you are manifesting something from and you want to experience from subtle to gross, energy to matter, then it's a complex phenomenon. Manifestation of creating materials out of energy, you need to go through a complex process. But breaking the material and only creating energy is a simple process.
Okay, so I think we're done with this Shabda and
Shabda, yes, think about what you want to the next
mhm,
Saturday. I think this is enough for, we have enough understanding with Shabda and enlightenment,
mhm,
and anyone can find the way, like enough
mhm.
to enlighten people on this topic, or anyone can follow it.
Okay, thank you very